Hi again, Dennis Hall with LearningTemplates.com. I'd like to show you the advanced abilities of Enterprise LMS scheduling. Let's go ahead and let's edit an existing schedule where I've basically done nothing but add in a couple of small pieces of text. The scheduling area has an information area displayed in WordPress for the people who are not enrolled into a schedule, as well as for another separate area for people who are enrolled into a schedule. So let's go ahead and let's just take a look at what it looks like, because I am not enrolled into the schedule. So here's the schedule name, and this is telling me I'm not enrolled into the schedule. Now, so that's pretty basic stuff, no problem there. Pretty easy. And the enrolled content is down here. If I am enrolled, I would see that content. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the advanced scheduling abilities. With Enterprise LMS, you are able to create multiple different scheduling scenarios that consist of date time based schedules that also identify the time zone that the schedule will apply to, as well as drip scheduling. And contrary to almost every other learning management system for WordPress, in this case, in the case of Enterprise LMS, you're capable of mixing all of these drip schedules along with date time schedules and so on to create a very complex schedule. So let's go ahead and let's add a new scheduled item. So basically our choices that we're going to have are pathway, course, module, lesson, topic, quiz, or survey. Now you'll notice that schedule is not in this, because schedule is what people register to. What's really important to understand about scheduling, if a person registers to a schedule, they're not registering directly to the content. Again, with most current learning management systems, people are enrolling to, for example, a course. And the problem is, when you want to create a new schedule for the course, you wind up having to duplicate that course to create a new schedule. In the case of Enterprise LMS, you do not. You simply create schedules and you apply the content to the schedules. Now, when you do this with other LMSs, if you were to attempt to do it, what would happen is all that content you apply to a registration scenario would wind up being shared with everybody who's ever registered to it. In this particular case, schedules keep pathways, courses, modules, lessons, topics, quizzes, and surveys isolated from each other. So if I'm running two schedules for two specific user groups, I may want to use the same course content, but not have that information shared amongst the different schedules that people are registered to. So it keeps them isolated. Pathway is very special. Pathway allows you to take that same course material and rearrange it in schedules, and I'll show you this in a bit. You can rearrange anything at any level down this track. So let's go ahead and let's add a pathway. So we're going to select a level. It'll be a pathway. We'll select pathway 1. Now pathway 1 might also have a prerequisite of another, let's say pathway 2, or if I want to schedule pathway 2, it may have a prerequisite of pathway 1. So there is this possibility of having this, but we won't do that. We'll just so a pathway, again, it's something that you can mix and match to be very different, so you produce a completely different course than another scheduled version of the same material. In this case, we're going to make this pathway a date time based schedule. So we're going to start this on November 1st and we'll end it at the end of November on the 30th. Now this is not just going to start on the 1st. Again, contrary to most other learning management systems, we can actually set the exact time that we want to have this start. So I'm going to have this start at 8 a.m. and it's going to start in my time zone, my current time zone, which is -5, which is the New York time zone. And we're going to have this end on November 30th, and we'll have it end at 5 p.m. And we do support military time, as you can see. In fact, we exclusively use military time because it's less, even though there's a bit of a learning curve, typically, it's actually less possibility of errors. So again, this pathway is going to end on the 30th of November at 5 p.m. New York time. And we'll save this. Now once we've saved it, we can actually later delete it if need be, or when we have a few of them, we'll move them around if need be. We can shuffle them. Let's go ahead and let's add another item. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add course into here. And I'm going to select course 1. Course 1, again, won't have a prerequisite. Course 1, I'm going to have a date, a start and stop date. The start date's going to be the same date as the schedule starting and the same time. That way people can access it immediately when the schedule starts. And we'll have it at -5 again. And the end date for course 1, we'll have it end at that same day. On the 30th of November at 5 p.m. in Montreal time again, or New York time again. We'll save that. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to have a module. So let's go ahead and let's assign a module to this, and we'll make it module 1. Now module 1, what we're going to do here, we're going to drip schedule it. So let's drip it on a specific date. So we'll start the drip on the 1st of November at, again, 8 a.m. At 8 a.m. Okay, and we'll save that. Now this basically means that's the only time it's going to be available. Our drip options are as follows: the number of days after the enrollment into the course, number of days after the course starts, after the person has started the course. So if the user doesn't start the course until the 2nd of November, this might be available on the 2nd of November or the 3rd of November, relative to the day they started. Available number of days after the previously scheduled item. So if this was scheduled, if my course schedule starts at 8 a.m. on the 1st of November, I might do something to the effect of, let's say, 2 days after. So if we look at the 1st of November, that's a Wednesday. So my module might end up starting on the 3rd of November in that particular case, 2 days after. But we'll have it start on a specific date, and it'll be that date. We'll update that. Let's go ahead and let's add, and we'll add a lesson in. Now this course has a number of different lessons, so we'll do some different scenarios. So lesson 1 is going to be a drip schedule, and we're going to make this number of days after previously scheduled item, and it's going to be 0 or -0. So it's going to start on that same date at that same time. Let's go ahead and let's add in a topic. So we're going to add topic 1, and topic 1 is going to start on a specific date, but it's not going to be November 1st. Let's go ahead and let's start topic 1 on November 2nd, and we'll start it at 8 a.m. on November 2nd, New York time again, and we're going to end topic 1 on the 2nd again, and it's only because topic 1 is only going to be available for, let's say, 4 hours from 8 till 4 or 8 till noon on that day. Now let's go ahead and let's add in a survey. So we're going to add in survey 1, and survey 1 is going to be date time based as well. Now if you remember, topic 1 was from 8 till noon, so we're going to make survey 1 the last, we'll make it the last we'll make survey 1 the last hour of topic 1. So it starts on the second topic 1, so survey 1 is going to start on November 2nd, but it's going to start from 11 and it's going to end at noon. So let's go ahead and go back to November 2nd, and 12 o'clock is when it's going to end. And we'll save that. So that survey is a 1 hour long survey. We can then go in and create a second, in this case a second topic. So we'll pick topic 2. Now topic 2, what's going to happen there is it's going to have a prerequisite of survey 1. So they're going to have to finish the survey before they can move into topic 2. And it's going to be a drip schedule, and we'll make it 0 days after the previous item. So they'll be able to get into topic 2 immediately after that. And let's go ahead and let's add another module. As you can see, we can basically continue redoing this over and over. We can add another module. So this will be module 2, and module 2 might be a drip schedule. That's going to be, let's say, since topic 1 is on the 2nd of November, so let's say that we start module 2 on the 6th of November. Gives them Friday off, huh? So we're going to start topic 2 3 days after the previous one. So 1, 2, 3, so 3 days after. We'll do 4 days after. There we go. So there's module 2, and then within module 2 again we might have lessons, and it goes on and on as so. So lesson 2, and we'll have a prerequisite of module 1 to be completed for lesson 2 to be accessible, and it might be a drip schedule, and it might be a number of days after previous or on a specific date. So module 2 or lesson 2 will make available on November 6th, and that'll be at 8 a.m. This goes on and on. So another thing that we can do now that we've done these sort of changes, what we can do is we can drag these around and reorder them and change the numbers of days if we wish as well. So we'll just leave things the way they are, and let's go ahead and let's just update this schedule. Thanks for your time.